What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shimer Fantasy Battle Reports. I got another battle report for you today. It's Mountain Mayhem round number 4, guys. Oh man, Masters is creeping up on me, and I am trying to get all these monster mayhems. I was gonna say Mountain Mayhem games out and my Hogfest games out. I might get like 1 or 2 Hogfest games in before Masters, but I'm just trying to pump it out before I forget all these games and their details. As you guys could tell, I'm going back like 3 months or 2 months already, and all these details are getting fuzzy. Anyways, guys. So this is round 4. I had a really rough day 1. Day 1, I fought Pretty Boy with his vampire army, and he did a good job at making sure I didn't get points. But at the same time, I made a good job that I got lucky enough that he didn't get as many points off of me too. Anyway, second game though against Mr. Gene Phelps' son, Brandon Phelps. He wiped the floor with me. He took every point I possibly had on the table by round 3. And then the third round, I ended up fighting Mr. Brian Hulley, and I fought his Sylvan Elf army, and you know, didn't do so bad. I got a good score. I think I only got like a 13 on it though. Maybe I got a little bit more than a 13, but it still gave me a little win. Going into day 2, I'm playing Mr. Cassidy here. Now, Cassidy is playing a dwarf army, and not only that, but Cassidy also has a very big dwarf beard. So he fits the role perfectly. Now let's go over what he has. Let's go over what I have. I don't even think I have pictures of what I have, but you guys can kind of figure it out if you've been watching my battle report. If you've been watching the series up to this point, you should kind of know what I have. For the record, I'm going to say this on a video. I was going to type it to the guy who sent me a message. He sent me a message on the last battle report saying, what were my crossbows converted from? They're not converted. I just painted them very well. Here's a picture of them right here. This is the Ruglud's Armored Orcs. I want to say that's what they're called. And they all have crossbows and dwarf and empire stuff on them. So that's just kind of how they came. I wish... Oh, there is some conversions in there. I take it back. There's a guy in this picture on the left, like the second row in. That's just like I want to say it's a generic orc head that I got off of like the original like battalion box with a body and crossbow from, what is that company? Rackham. Rackham had a unit of orc crossbows. So there's one on the second row, second rank on the left. Then there's one in the middle with a 40k head that I had, and then there's one more hiding. Where is he? Where is he? There's 3 of them though. There's 1, 2. Come on, bro. Where are you hiding at? It's not in the back row. It might be that second guy. I can't find him for the life of me. Anyways, you could tell because the crossbows are bigger, and they have like these giant like spears out the front. But I can't find him. Did I even bring him? Oh, there he is. He's next to the musician on the right. He also has a 40k like woolly hat. Sorry, I just went on like a little, you know, segue off onto my crossbow orcs. Anyways, over here, this is Cassidy's army. Over here, he has a unit. Now, again, I'm a racist bastard. In my last video, I was getting trolled for the fact that I didn't know what wild huntsmen are, and I'm still gonna call them whatever else elks they are, or whatever else they could be. But I'm also a racist bastard against dwarves. Everything looks like a damn dwarf to me. They're all stunties. But I'm pretty sure one of these units is Ironbreakers or Kingsguard, and one of them is Deepwatch. Obviously I could tell the miners apart, but as you can see, he has a giant warbear. That warbear is his altar, you know, the throne, whatever, the king's throne. Actually, he has a throne there too, but I think that's just unit filler. He has a BSB, a couple of runesmiths, stuff like that. Let's see, over here, he has 2 units of miners. Oh, actually, I think one of them is actually pistols. They might both be miners, though. Over on the right, he has a giant block of seekers. He has two copters, 1 bomber. For magic, I can't read it sideways. It looks like I have Hand of Heaven. Looks like I took Thaumaturgy. Pretty sure I took Trial of Faith. I don't think I took Comet and Wrath of Gork, I should say. And the reason I didn't take Wrath of Gork was because he didn't have artillery, so I figured it wouldn't have mattered so much. But in all honesty, after watching this video, you probably realize I probably should have took Wrath of Gork. And I believe the next tournament I went to might have been this tournament. I think it was this tournament. I talked to Shannon, and Shannon's like, always take Wrath. Always take Wrath. I did take Awaken the Beast and Swarm of Insects, and the reason I took Swarm of Insects is because he has Naked Seekers, and I want to nuke those Naked Seekers. He ended up playing in the corner. I want to say this was a flag scenario. So his scoring units are basically those 2 big bricks and then the 2 minor units, and I want to say it was not breakthrough, flags. I want to say that's what it was, but we'll see in a second. This is obviously the encircle, so I got a big center, and he has the big flanks. He tried to come up to my flank. Now, I think he has vanguarding units, and I wasn't really thinking that he had vanguarding units, so he's going to go ahead and surprise me on the vanguard movement and move up the Seekers right towards my spider. And I'm like, holy shit, he's vanguarding. He's going to be in my face, and I don't know if I put the chaff on the right spot. Let's go back a picture here. As you can see, I put my... I think he deployed... I think I started deploying. He started deploying, and then he just decided to drop everything to go first. I want to say that's how it happened. But what I ended up doing mainly... Let's see if I could... Yeah, it's his turn first. What I ended up doing mainly was keeping my blue spider away, because my blue spider is a lot of points, and I'm not trying to give it to any seekers or anything. Not only that, but if my blue spider could get into the flank with all the magic spells, I could pick out any of my targets. Now, I did take Trial of Faith. Trial of Faith is the thaumaturgy spell where I could snipe out characters. That's how I could take out a Dwarf Lord. So these Dwarf Lords, they have usually like 1-up armor, strength 10, D3 wounds, all this shit. So I'm like, I don't really want to fuck with that, to be honest. Especially since it'll kill my general, kill the spiders, whatever. So if I could try to snipe it out, I don't have to go to the flank and do so. Put the A-Rock and the K-Pack far enough away. I put the K-Pack far enough away so that way he doesn't just shoot me with copters. And if he does shoot me with copters, the copters are coming close enough where all the other stuff just kind of gets in, messes him up. I think that it was a last-minute decision to change the position. Oh, no. My general's in the center. I see. My general is in the center, my side. So he basically has a little 12-inch bubble to the K-Pack, to the spider. One spider, at least, the one that matters. Or the one that's going to be in combat. And then my savages. And then I kept my crossbows on the hill because I figured I'm going to just hit the shit out of his Seekers. That is my goal. My goal is to not fight him until I weaken up his Seekers. Anyways, let's go over turn 1. As you can see, after Vanguard's and movement, he goes ahead and he moves up like so. I think he kind of got a little bit like, well, I don't want to make sure the spider charges me right away, which he did. Since he couldn't charge with his Seekers turn 1, he's basically setting himself up for charges on that hill, setting up his little bunker in the corner, and he's basically going to try to he has it. If those, I want to say one unit is Greybeard, the other unit is Deep Watch. So if it's Deep Watch, I'm really going to struggle trying to break their ranks, break them in general, because they're going to be stubborn. Dude, don't be honking. I'm making a video. All right, he's not honking at me. He's honking at somebody outside. But as you can see, what does he do with the copters? The copters kind of come over here, and what he's going to do is just going to shoot all his shots into my spider. That's basically what's going to happen. Magic, he ends up rolling at 8. A lot of his spells are defensive spells, so I really don't give a flying fuck. I try to stop everything that's going to bother me, which is basically I just want to shoot his Seekers, which I think he knows I want to shoot his Seekers. He goes ahead and he puts up Rune and Resilience on these guys. I think that's the only one I didn't stop. Shooting, he ends up doing a wound onto the spider. That's all that really happens, and it's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. I'm going to go ahead and I start circling around, and I actually move my A-Rock back. I move my A-Rock back kind of like, haha, you thought I was going to move up and be in your way, but I'm not. And what I do is I start circling around the flank, get the savages where I want them, put the Space Rock where I want it. Space Rock's main goal is to just start destroying his copters and the Seekers. The dogs, my actual like chaff unit, they're just kind of coming back around. Like I might need them in later usage against setting up redirection on either of those 3 units or all 3 of the units. So I'm just trying to keep him out of shotgun range of his copter range. A-Rock, like I said, just kind of pulled back a little bit, and basically I'm denying him any charges. If he wants to try to charge, his little stumpy legs has to get closer to me. Magic, I did have a Wrath of Gork. Holy crap, I put the Wrath of Gork down right here, kind of like, you want to come at me, you're going to blow up. And he kind of takes it on the chin on this one. He's like, whatever, I can't do anything about it. Go ahead and do a Swarm of Insects off, get it off on, kill off some of his Seekers here. I believe I tried to lower his toughness. I did Smite the Unbeliever. I lowered his toughness. Not that it mattered on the Swarm of Insects, but going into shooting my crossbow Orcs gonna go get off 5 wounds onto his Seekers. Holy shit. Lowering their toughness was beautiful. Beautiful thing, and it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Dwarves turn 2. Dwarven holds turn 2. He goes ahead and he uses the copter and the bomber to chaff my K-Pack, and he just goes ahead and moves up fast with his units. Like I said, he's not too afraid of the grind, because he knows he'll win the grind eventually. Magic, he gets a 5 on the Flux. Don't know what he does more or less, but he goes ahead and he does, I think, like a bunch of defensive spells again on the Seekers, knowing that I'm trying to kill the Seekers. Here's a cool picture of exactly how the table looks right now. As you can see, is one copter's redirecting my Savages, the other copters are making sure that the K-Pack doesn't get in. My Black Orcs are free to charge what the Black Orcs want to charge. This could be very iffy. Now here's what I'm thinking in my head is, if I charge the Black Orcs out, which I don't know if I do or don't, I'll find out in the next pictures, is the Wolf Riders have to maybe pass a march check to get through, and if I do, they're going to be out of leadership range. Same thing with the Spider. So I have to think about that. And the main goal here is, if I do charge in, I might blow up on my own Wrath of Gork. So I have to think about that as well. Anyways, there doesn't look like... Oh, this is shooting. Shooting, he's going to go ahead and shoot into my K-Pack. He ends up doing, looks like 5 wounds onto the K-Pack. The Miners pop up right behind, and they're also going to start shooting. He doesn't kill enough. Doesn't cause a he does cause a panic, but they pass their check. And their discipline check is going to go start off Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Alright. So, what do I charge? I do charge the K-Pack into... I think this... I was like, I'm going to charge this one. He's like, okay. I'm like, wait a second. Is one worth more? Yeah, which one? The big one with the big red wings. Okay, I'll charge it to that one instead. Or something like that. I think that conversation happened. I don't really remember. Did I charge? I did charge the Savages into the guy who's redirecting me, and I think that might be it. That was it. Okay. So, obviously they both connect because he's chaffing. We're going to Magic. Magic got 8 on the Flux. Go ahead, and I do Swarm of Insects onto his bastards. He stops it. Go ahead and I do Smite the Unbeliever like I did last time, get it off. Go ahead and I do a Trial of Faith, do a wound onto his general, and then I throw a second Comet, second Wrath of Gork. Now, the first one does go off. Boom! Holy shit. And as you can see in the back there, what ended up happening was the Wrath went off, and it went off at a big range. It killed my K-Pack. But it also killed his bomber. It did 2 wounds onto the copter. It killed about 4 of my dogs that were chaff. Causes a panic, but they passed the check on a 6, barely. It looks like I killed about like 5 Deep Watch and a couple Greybeards, and it killed a couple Seekers. Holy shit, that Wrath hit hard. Holy shit. Alright, as you can see, here's a picture of all the dead bodies. It killed 6 Seekers. Only 1 Greybeard, though. 5 dogs. Jesus Christ. And the K-Pack. Alright. Over here, I'm going to start shooting into him. Actually, I think I have the breath weapon, the Dragon Staff. So I go ahead and I do the Dragon Staff into these guys, end up killing off a couple more. It looks like it killed off, especially since they have Smite the Unbeliever on. I'm basically knocked this unit. I think they were about to, roughly around 30. Now they're down to 10. Alright, I'm going to start shooting them with the crossbows, end up doing a couple more wounds. Got them down to 5. Again, with Smite the Unbeliever, it's just brutal against a naked unit like so. Over here, the Feral Orcs destroy that one copter. I'm going to turn around like this. I really don't care. I am giving a front to the one unit, but I really don't care if they charge me now because there's only 5 of them. It's not that much, and it's going to start off turn 3 dwarves. Turn 3 dwarves. He pops his second unit of miners here. These guys are going to shoot the crap out of the A-Rock. Didn't expect them to do as much damage as they do. You'll see it in a minute. He does charge in with both units here to kind of just get rid of the chaff, and he does charge in with the Seekers. Now, the Seekers are going to become an issue, even though that I didn't think it would. The Copter comes back to chaff my Spider, but the Spider really doesn't care because the Spider's not really trying to charge shit. Magic gets a 3 on the Flux. Goes ahead and he does Rune of Gleaming on these guys, so it kind of blocks my chances of wanting to charge them on the next turn. Goes ahead and he does Rune of Oaths. At this point, I'm just like, whatever, have all the runes you want on that unit. I'm not going to fuck with that unit. Over here, his Copter shoots a wound into my Spider. Over here, holy fuck, man. These guys racked up 7 fucking wounds on my Spider. Holy fuck. They racked up 7 wounds on the A-Rock. I swear to God, I remember watching him do this. And I remember this. He's like rolling, and I'm like, all right, well, you know, I think they're strength 5. I'm like, you need 5s and 6s. He's like, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. I was like, holy shit. Oh, that's brutal. Over here, as you can see, his Seekers do take a good chunk of my Ferals out. They end up taking, it looks like the back row, which is about 6 or 7 guys. Yeah, these guys obviously clear out the dogs, and that's how it looks. It's going to start off my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. I'm going to call it the... Do I call it the Wog? I might have called out the Wog. I don't think so. Anyways, I'm going to charge in with the Savages here into his unit. Now, if this is Deep Watch, I really don't care because I'm going to ignore parry with extra hand weapons. So I'm like, alright, cool. I'm going to do impact hits or whatever. He did get all his buffs off, though, which kind of sucks because I think I might have failed a Frenzy here. I might have not cared. I don't remember. I might have tried to stop it and it just failed. But either way, I'm like, why wouldn't I charge this charge? If not, he's going to charge me, and I should have a good chunk of damage that I'm able to do. Right? So I get in like so. I use the A-Rock as chaff since it only has 1 wound left. If I charge, I'm probably just going to die when I charge in. So I'm going to go ahead and use it as a redirector. And I move the Black Orcs here thinking I'm safe from anything, and I'll just have a leadership bubble. And what I'm going to do is shoot the miners with the crossbow orcs. I move my Space Rock Chigo in the back. I'm just going to go ahead and do some magic spells from there. The one thing I'm afraid of, and I actually told them this in the game after I did the charge, since the Savages got weakened by the Seekers, is if the Savages lose that fight, I'm actually afraid of him just turning around and charging my Spider. And this is my mistake. I should have thought of that ahead of time. Like, I shouldn't give him a charge to my Spider, right? Anyways, close combat over here. This is the most disgusting thing ever. I do 4 wounds. Impact hits, ignoring parry, weapon skill 5. I should be doing a lot more, but he does have the 3 runes off, it looks like, on this unit, and I can't hit him for shit. And not only that, but when I do hit him, he's making armor and ward saves like crazy. I'm like, are you kidding me? So he goes back and he wipes out like a good 7, 8 of my Feral Orcs. I lose combat. Now, not only do I lose combat, I run. He chases because he figures it's a 700 point unit, which is smart. I mean, again, like I said, my fear was he just turns around and charges my Spider, and I lose the Spider to his character is probably strength 10 D3 wounds, right? But he decides to chase. Now, the distance from his unit to my Black Orcs is a 12. He rolls a 12 and gets into my Black Orcs. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What the hell? And not only that, the good news is, the way he charged me, my general's on the corner, he's not touching my general, so I don't have to make way to fight his character. I am actually technically trying to avoid fighting his character with my general, because my general will just die to this character. Alright, it's going to start off my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. This is Dwarves turn 4. Dwarves turn 4, he charges his miners in, and he gets his miners into my general. This, I believe, is his downfall. I think this right here was a bad move. Yeah, his miners get extra attacks in, but his miners are touching my general now, and my general is Achille Lord. He does charge into the spider. I'm going to lose the spider, but like I said, I used it as redirect. He does continue to block my spider here, and as you can see, his little miners are going to go over here and start shooting into my crossbows up top. Over here, he kills my spider. Over here, this combat happens. Now, my general only kills 3 miners, right? Which is fine. His general, I think he didn't challenge at all, and I was fine with that. I was like, okay, if he doesn't challenge at all, if he does challenge with the general, obviously my champ takes it. If his champ challenges, I take it with my general. Whatever. It didn't really matter. But my whole goal here is to break ranks, break steadfast, hope that I hold on my stubborn, keep my general alive, and make sure I don't lose as many black orcs as I do, right? So he ends up killing, yeah, it looks like he killed my champ and he killed one guy. I think he just whiffed. I think, holy crap, he just whiffed crazy. I go back and I wipe out, I mean, I freaking, no, he didn't whiff. He killed, it looks like, this picture sideways, I mean, you guys see it right. It looks like he killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black orcs. That's about it. And my black orcs go back and I kill like 10 of his deep watch. Now, his deep watch are stubborn. The miners are not, so the miners are going to like take off on him soon, and it's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4 do, oh, there's missing pictures. He fails his check. Now, here's the reason he fails his check. His BSB is in that other unit, the one that was fighting the A-Rock, so the BSB is too far, and he fails his check, his discipline check. So he runs. I'm chasing. Holy shit, that's a general. That's a deep watch unit. That's fuck the miners. I don't care. The miners could go wherever the hell they want to. I'm gonna just chase. And it's my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 4, and I'm gonna call it the walk. And I push the motherfuckers off the table. I actually catch them. I'm on the other side of the table, and not only that, now I'm looking at the flank when I do catch him of his graybeards here. I want to say when I caught him, how does this work? How did I turn? I don't even know how I turned. I don't remember. There's pictures missing here. Obviously, I caught him in the woods, and I rolled the 12 to get all the way over there because you can see how far it is. Man, but how did I turn? Because I could only turn if I caught him on a charge, which is possibly what I did to catch him here. I think he ran, I chased, I didn't catch him the first time, then I caught him, and then I, up here, I don't think I charged into his flank right now. We'll find out in a couple pictures. Yeah, no, I didn't, yeah, I just caught the unit, his general's unit, sorry, and then since I caught him, I turned around to face his flank here. What I should have done was rearrange my general to be on the other end now, but it doesn't matter. But I'm out of his line of sight, which is awesome. And this unit's being threatened. The miners are an issue behind me, and right now I'm actually holding my own. Magic, get a 3 on the flux. Go ahead, I do a swarm of insects just to try to do some wounds. I do a wound. Crossbow orcs here are going to start picking at the miners, trying to cause panics. Obviously, I did smite the unbeliever on one of these units, and I just start picking a couple wounds through. It's going to start off his turn. Dwarves turn 5. Dwarves turn 5. Magic, he gets 2 on the flux. I don't have any pictures of what he did, so we're going to go into Orcs and Goblins turn 5. Orcs and Goblins turn 5. As you can see, his dwarves, what they did was they moved away from my black orcs, which is smart, right? So on my turn, I just turn around and face these minor units, and not only that, I'm figuring it's turn 5. I'm not going to mess with this brick of graybeards. He's obviously out of my line of sight, out of any threat range, really. So instead of charging the spider in, which I probably lose to the BSB, or just lose in general, what I end up doing is just figuring I'll get the point off the miners, and if I just pin the miners in, there's nothing he could really do. So as you can see, the miners really have nowhere to run. They're going to get charged either by the black orcs or the spider. My crossbow orcs are like, fuck this, it's flag scenario, and I am not giving them an extra unit. I already gave them the feral orcs. Right now I think we're tied on the scenario, so I'm just going to walk them away from... I mean, they're not going to cause enough wounds with the crossbows, so I'm just going to walk away and just try to like save face here. Magic end up doing a hand of heaven here, trying to cause a panic. Nothing really happens. I do a cleansing fire, kill off a couple more. Still, they pass their panics, and it's going to start off turn 6 dwarves. Turn 6 dwarves. He charges into my orcs. I flee. Fuck that. I flee behind the hill, and I think I'm safe. Over here, he ends up just trying to try to save one of the units of miners by using this as chaff. I think he tries to shoot wounds through. He does one wound. Magic, or turn 6, sorry. Turn 6 Orcs and Goblins. I charge one unit. He panics and runs. That's what he tried to do. He tried to block it so I don't get both units to save points. I charge one. He tear it off. Then the Black Orcs charge the other one, and they're just going to run off. And that is it. It is a big Orc and Goblin victory. I think it was a 20-0. It might have been a 17. I know I only got like 120-0 this weekend, but this might have been it. I only lost the Ferals, the A-Rock, the K-Pack. No, I think this one was like a 18 or so. I don't think it was a 20. 20, I think, might be the next guy. Spoilers, I know, right? Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. My MVP in this game probably was the Black Orcs. My Black Orcs fucked up that unit. Holy shit. I don't even think I used shields. I think I just did extra hand weapons, just went ham on him. The other thing, too, is if I got a... what is that? The scarification up. I probably would have challenged with my shaman. Didn't really matter. Because I just won. And he even said it too. He was like, man, if I didn't overrun that far into your orcs, I think I would have been fine, because he was down on his buffs and everything after that. He needed to get the buffs off. But I was like, yeah, I was more scared if you just turn around and kill my spider. That was a big mistake on my part. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of refreshing to watch me do these games, even though, like, in all honesty, you guys are like, oh, you already played it, you already know what happens. Sometimes I forget, and when I'm doing the videos, I'm like, oh yeah, holy shit, he could have done this, I could have done this, or why was I doing this, you know? And a lot of the times I kind of like teach myself, like, for future mistakes, what to do or what not to do, and it's kind of refreshing, especially since I'm about to do go to Masters, to see this and be like, don't put the spider in this scenario again. For the record, I'm taking the spider back. I love that spider. So the MVP is definitely the Black Orcs in this. Savages did some work, but they got their asses punked. Space Rock did a decent amount of damage, magic-wise, especially with that comet. Crossbows actually did really well in this game. I think this is the only game the crossbows did well. They're actually cut from the list in the next set of battle reports, but I'll play with them in one more round. Yeah, A-Rock got punked by miners, which kind of sucked, because I was actually hoping the A-Rock would hold that unit over on the left. I don't think they had much answers to the A-Rock itself, and I was really planning on it, but the miners kind of cut that short for me. But yeah, it's a big Orc and Goblin victory, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, I already gave you the MVP. If you guys would like to show further support to my channel, you could always go to my Patreon. Any donation would be appreciated, because every donation helps me go to the ETC, as well as start donating money towards my camera, so I could get better pictures for these battle reports from an actual quality camera versus my phone. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoy this, and until next time, peace.